Oh yeah, like I lost, I think it was around 25k over the space. Like I started talking about repeal the year before. I think it was like 2017.
When we kind of got a date.
Yeah, when I started talking about it regularly. And it was a choice like I had to make. And it's one of those things, like what it came down to was I have a platform. I have people listening to what I say. When I'm 80, do I want to look back on reeling in the years when we repealed the 8th and go, oh yeah, I did nothing?
Yeah, that's true.
I maybe tweeted about it like the day before.
The hashtag when it went, when we won, like,
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I would not be able to live with myself knowing that I had a platform and didn't use it for something greater and bigger.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Girls with Goals. I'm Rebecca O'Keefe and I will be your host for the next 40 minutes or so I apologise in advance. Niamh is off gallivanting in Japan with her fella, so she asked me very kindly to fill in. Here I am. We have a really exciting episode today. We're going to talk about sustainability, the environment, pollution, all that kind of stuff kind of seems fitting at the moment given everything that's going on in the world, which might explain why I have these two lovely ladies on the couch with me. So I have Anna O'Rourke, who is a content creator and journalist for Her.ie, and Leanne Woodfull, who is a social media manager, blogger and activist. Yay. So before we really launch into the big discussions that we're going to launch into and the obvious tangents we're going to take, we play a game called 6 Words or Less on this podcast that I have played about 7 times, so I'm really happy not to be playing it right now. So basically you have to describe yourself in 6 words or less so that listeners
wherever you are.
Whoever you are, whatever way you're absorbing it, can kind of get to know you better if they don't know what you're about or who you are or what the crack is. So who wants to go first?
I'll let you go,
Leanne.
Oh God,
I'm so bad at math. 6 words. Okay. OG blogger.
Is that all one word now?
Two.
Yeah, I'll take the abbreviation.
Dog obsessed.
Okay.
And Virgo moon.
Awesome. Virgo moon. Talk to me a little bit about what?
Yeah. Because I'm an Aries sun, which is like, you know, the main star sign most people know. But I don't relate to
So you're born like as an Aries, like in the paper, if you're reading your horoscope.
Yeah, that's like where the sun was when you were born, and then the moon.
I didn't know there was a difference.
So if you do your birth chart online, if you Google it, I don't really relate to being an Aries as much anymore. I haven't like the sign tattooed on me, but like my Virgo moon life is definitely my 20s
I'm a Scorpio and it's very much my aesthetic.
Scorpio?
Yeah. We're just real miserable pricks. Like, we're really like, cynical.
I don't know any of them.
What
like
star
I'm
sign
a
are you?
Virgo as well, like born a Virgo.
Are you organised?
No.
I think you're organised.
I mean, like
you've your shit together. Like
I
you don't
got
miss
a few
the
notes
deadline.
together for the show, but I mean,
Sure.
I made it to work on time today. Like I don't know how.
I didn't. So, I do the app thing. Do you have that? This is me being like spiritual. I get it, like Scorpio app, and it basically tells me what the crack is every day. It's really good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think that would spook me out too much. I feel
It
like
spooked me out the night before I did my driving test. It was like, get ready for the drive of your life. I was like, and then I failed.
Rebecca crashes the car.
I killed 10
Buckle
people.
in, man.
Oh my God.
But then I failed.
My
so,
horoscope said it's going to be great, so don't worry.
Yeah. So bad. Anyway, 6 words or less, Anna.
Struggled with this. So in keeping with our theme, I only came up with 5, but my 5 words were
less.
eco warrior for the clout, because in the interest of full honesty, we are doing a sustainability series on site called Conscious Bits, and it's the brainchild of our lovely colleague Jade.
Hi, Jade.
She said, would I get involved? I said, yeah, absolutely. And I kind of didn't know a lot about it, and I was happy to get on the buzz because everyone's talking about it. It's so massive at the moment. And I was like, yeah, that's grand. That'll look good to be talking about that, like just full honesty. And then as I've gotten into it, I'm like, okay, I actually super believe in this stuff.
Yeah.
But like at the start, was I like this absolute activist who is like, you know, doing everything proper? No, like definitely not.
I don't think anyone really starts off being like, all or nothing. It's a gradual.
Oh, that's impossible.
Yeah. Did you, when you started off like blogging, what was it, 10 years ago?
10 years
Did you start off being quite like environmentally aware, cruelty free, or were you just like, I love fashion?
Yeah,
I
love fashion.
How did it kick off?
I went to completely closeted, like school, Catholic all girls school. I didn't even know what the word like abortion was until I was about 18, 19.
Yeah.
Oh no, like I've learned everything from like the age, I'd say 21 up. That's when I started educating myself. Oh no, as a teenager, completely like unaware.
And what was it like starting off so like a decade ago, which is terrifying, by the way?
I know. It feels so old.
How has it all changed?
Oh, it's
For you, obviously,
completely-
you've made massive changes,
Yeah,
but in
it's
general,
been interesting because I've literally been there since the beginning in Ireland anyway. Because I started in transition year.
was it like a project, or did you just?
No,
happen?
I love well, I still kind of love magazines. Don't
Yeah.
buy them as much, but I used to collect magazines when I was a teenager. And I remember reading an article in Elle magazine, I think it was, and it was about Susie Bubble.
I love her.
Yeah. And it was about blogging, how it's going to become the next big thing. And like we had just gotten the computer and the internet, which was a big thing. And yeah, I never had a computer growing up. So like when we got like the computer and the internet, I was like, I have to utilise
strapping myself to it.
I remember
Yeah.
those days and you're literally there, you're like, A, B.
Yeah, word
Getting
art.
through it.
I love paint. Was it paint?
Oh, and
stop.
clip art.
Yeah.
Bit of
Amazing.
solitaire. Couldn't go
My
wrong.
mum,
Like,
my mum still plays solitaire religiously on the computer. It's like, you know, the way, I mean, sometimes I play like Bubble Shooter or Candy Crush to shut my brain off.
Yeah.
She is on the solitaire.
What an icon.
Yeah, she
it's
loves
a
it.
form
Love
of
her.
like meditation,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's so like mindless.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
move that
Yeah.
mouse and it's like, all I can, I know my mum's home because I can just hear the click, click. And I'm like, she's here.
It plays like a little song at the end when you and it's like,
And all the cards do a dance.
and then you're like there sitting at the computer on your own, you're like, cool.
Success. No one cares, but I know I did it.
Looking around to see if anyone there to share it with you. Like, yeah.
So obviously you started 10 years ago, and did you have Instagram?
I just noticed there's a stain on my knee. Sorry, guys.
Do you know what
moved
this
into
killer
my new
with
house, so,
black
like,
skinnies?
Yeah. All
You
my
can
jeans
always
are black
pick them up.
skinnies.
Same.
Sorry, guys.
We don't
that's-
expect people to wear clean clothes to the
Yeah.
podcast.
No, sorry. Apologies.
Wear what you have.
Anyway.
Dirty knees was for grand.
Obviously you've come a long way. Last year was a lot for you
Yeah.
in terms of deblogging.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had repeal, obviously, which we advocated for hugely here.
Yeah,
So did you. I think it was one of those things that, like, not everyone wanted to associate themselves with because it wasn't the sexiest topic.
No, and it was controversial, and you would lose
It's
followers.
abortion was and
Like,
still is a
it's-
dirty
yeah.
word.
Yeah.
I know. I read your New Year blog post, and you spoke a lot about that and how you dropped followers and brands didn't want to attach themselves to you
yeah.
and stuff. Do you want to tell me a
Yeah.
little bit more about that? Because I was genuinely shocked because I think because of the industry, obviously Anna and I are both so heavily involved in
Yeah.
it that we knew nothing but we're repealing it.
Yeah,
like
it
this
was
is
a
our.
bubble.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were in this
Yeah.
bubble of like yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's mad to think that people were like, oh, I don't want to be associated.
Like,
with
I
it.
expected it, though. I didn't expect
you?
it to the amount that it happened. But yeah, that's why so many people were afraid to, like, talk about it, bloggers especially, because they knew they'd lose followers. But in my view, like, the whole reason I chose to keep, like, powering through, because I don't want anti-choice people following me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not my vibe.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
agree with
fair.
them. I don't have friends that are anti-choice. Like, that's a very, like...
Yeah.
It's such a huge thing for me that
Yeah.
like I don't want people supporting my work that have those views.
Yeah.
So like if I lost them, I was kind of like whatever.
Yeah,
That's
bye.
pretty
you know?
old to say when, like, that's your bread and butter.
Yeah,
Is having people
yeah.
following you.
Like that was my
regardless.
income.
Yeah.
This time last year, I started social media management because I wasn't
It was
earning money
falling
from
off the
blogging
back.
anymore.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to just get a second job to keep going.
Oh yeah, literally. Oh yeah, like I lost. I think it was around 25k over the space. Like I started talking about repeal the year before. I think it was like 2017.
when we kind of got a date.
Yeah,
for
when I
them.
started
Yeah.
talking about it regularly. And it was a choice like I had to make. And it's one of those things, like what it came down to was I have a platform. I have people listening to what I say. When I'm 80, do I want to look back on reeling in the years when we repealed the 8th and go, oh yeah, I did nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I maybe tweeted about it like the day before.
The hashtag when it went when we won, like
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I would not be able to live with myself
Yeah.
knowing that I had a platform and didn't use it for something
Yeah,
greater
course.
and bigger.
Yeah,
I
that's quite brave of you because I mean, like Anna said, it's your bread and butter, it's your income.
Yeah.
Did you get trolled quite a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but see, everyone in the repeal, like, community was getting trolled.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
death threats and...
Yeah.
Water off a duck's back. I'd
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Lads, look,
Yeah.
this one wants to kill me.
Yeah. Like, people, like, I'm speaking to, like, different, like, Tara Flynn and Anna Cosgrave, they'd be getting letters and stuff. Like, handwritten letters.
It's
yeah.
kind of your badge of honour. It's like if you're pissing people off, you're doing something right. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amen.
And did the pressure ever weigh on you at all in that, like, you were kind of like, shit, maybe I should pare it back or...
I went to Paris for a week in May. I think it was maybe 3 weeks before the vote because I started to go grey. I was not sleeping. My health completely went
shot to
arse-space.
shit, yeah.
Like being completely honest, I had to up my antidepressant medication, everything. I was completely like breakdown mode. And I love Paris. So I remember booking Paris for a week beforehand. It was kind of like my birthday trip, which was in April, but I was like, I'm going to go just before the vote. Like
Headspace.
Yeah, like I know, like I remember thinking, God, that's like prime time to talk about it. But like, I feel like people kind of already made their decision in May.
Your work was done by then, I think. Yeah.
And I just went to Paris. I didn't have 4G over there, and it was just, I needed that. I went for a few days, and I just needed the space.
Yeah.
And then I came back and dove straight back in.
How did you celebrate when we won? When we won, it's where we were like off to battle. We were.
Well, we went to Dublin Castle. I was with Anna Cosgrave from Repeal Project.
Yeah, you worked with her quite a lot throughout the year.
I more or less assisted her for like, I'd say about 4 or 5 months just before the vote. So I was kind of running around with her, and then there was like an after party we had, and it was loads of activists and stuff. It was really overwhelming though. Like I remember I couldn't really, like I was so emotional that I couldn't party as such.
Yeah.
Like I remember necking back gin and tonics. They were floating around everywhere. I remember Hosier was like there. I just have this weird flashback. He's so tall. I just remember this looming. Yeah.
You're going on adrenaline though. I remember I went down home. So I'm from Cork, and I went down home to vote, and I was adamant I was voting at home and all the rest of it. And so in my parents' house and all that kind of thing, and it felt kind of anticlimactic that I was there, and I was working that day then, so I came home and I was working from home. And the Saturday then, the news kind of came in first thing in the morning, and I'm sure you did as I broke down.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to do then, and I was I was full of something.
Yeah.
And I came back up on the bus to Dublin, and I was like, who's around? Like, let's go out, whatever we do. And then like we were out on the road outside Dublin Castle, and like Simon Harris was coming by, and you could see it in him, like he was buzzing. He was like,
he's the goat. We love him.
honestly hopping down the road. But like you forget the atmosphere, and like it was so up because everything had been so down, if that makes sense. Like as in the high matched the darkness of it, of the whole campaign.
I think like
everyone was exhausted as well.
Honestly,
I think everyone was just like, oh, thanks, we can finally
when the
relax.
exit poll came in, I think that was my high.
Yeah.
So I was in a pub with Tara Flynn. There was a good few of us, Tara Flynn, Anna, my mind's going blank, but there was a good few of us in the pub. I can't remember how we even got there or why we were in the pub, but I remember, and I think it was Tara Flynn's husband came in and someone just said, landslide. And I genuinely remember Tara and I on a chair screaming our heads off in the pub.
It's funny, I remember when it came in too, and I was like, I refuse to believe it till tomorrow when it's official. I literally was like, no.
It's too good to be true.
I said Hillary Clinton was meant to beat Donald Trump, and yet here we are, lads. So
look what happened
anything
there.
can happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, repeal was a massive one, but excuse me. Another thing that you're massively into, I suppose, is like the environment, sustainability.
Yeah.
You recently went vegan/plant-based.
Yeah.
And you're like documenting
this is all very
it.
recent.
Yeah,
so
I know.
like,
I've been stalking you
there's
on-
definitely people who've paved the way that I looked at.
Yeah.
But like, I went cruelty-free beauty-wise in summer 2017.
Okay.
And then that kind of like, once you start making decisions like that, I'd been vegetarian since I was 16.
Yeah.
I'd eaten meat again briefly after my jaw surgery. My health went to shit, basically. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad habit.
I'm like, I have any idea.
And then it was just kind of like a natural progression. Like I knew I was going to be vegan at some stage. It was just my health.
A journey as well.
Yeah, like during repeal, if I went vegan,
You'd probably not be here right now.
Absolute. I'd be floating in the abyss somewhere. And then I was kind of waiting until I was very mentally ready, emotionally ready, and it felt like a natural time. So I'd kind of been dabbling in it before I I don't think announced it because like that makes you sound like a big ego or something. But like, I wanted to kind of talk about it online to hopefully maybe encourage other people to make some changes. Maybe not go vegan, but maybe to make some changes.
Yeah. And is it a case of like an animal thing, an environment thing, or just an all-encompassing, like, I want to do better for the world thing?
It's definitely that, but like, I'd be lying if I said animals weren't at the heart of it. Because when I went vegetarian, I wanted to be a vet all throughout my life until I was a teenager and realised blood and guts.
couldn't do it. Yeah.
No, incisions and stuff. I'm obsessed with animals, and it's definitely about the environment as well, like, especially in recent years. But like, it's weird. You only start to add two and two together. Like, these are like leather boots I bought like over a year ago. Like, I'm not 100% vegan yet, but like, once you start, like, clicking, it's weird. People, like, we're so conditioned to not add two and two together in these things.
It's like, I won't eat the chicken burger, but I will buy the leather bag because it's stunning.
Absolutely.
And like, when you start to wake up, it's like, what?
Yeah.
You know?
What about, like, vintage pieces? Like, I know a lot of people have no problem buying, like, vintage fur or vintage leather.
I wouldn't.
No.
Like leather and stuff. Like I always say I'm plant-based now. I'm working towards like vegan over the next few years. Because I've like Doc Martens and stuff. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. But like, personally, I would not wear fur. I know I wouldn't. But it looks.
It's a lot. It's alive.
Yeah.
I remember, God love her, my granny a couple of years ago gave us all, and I mean product of her time. She gave myself and my 2 cousins mink tails.
Oh yeah.
My God.
They were,
But has the little face and the little feet on them.
My granny had them as well.
So like it's literally got like the little snout. And I mean, I don't have a particular love of mink as a creature,
but
it has the little,
like they just died. Like
it has like
ago.
little paws. And I remember when she gave them to me, and I was like, thank you so much. And I was like, Mum, take them away.
Literally,
oh my God.
They're in like a plastic bag in a drawer somewhere, and I'm like, I never want to see them again.
Bury it in your garden.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Give them a cute little burial.
Set them free.
Yeah.
You're one with the world now.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, it's such a, like that was such a thing for her to be like, I'm
that was a
passing
luxury.
it on.
Yeah.
But that says how much things have changed. Like that was a status symbol to have that real thing that was alive.
Yeah.
And now if someone walked down the street with that, they'd be pelted with eggs.
But then look,
the red
there with our
paint.
designer bags, another.
Yeah.
Like, mate bought a Chanel bag a couple of years ago when I was at the height of the blogging career.
Yeah.
It's still in, like, I have it in a box at home because it gives me the creeps.
Really?
The price
Well,
makes
if
me
you want
get
to
sick.
part with it, I am willing and able.
See, I'm going to wait
Sell
because
it.
you never lose money in a Chanel bag.
No, it goes
true.
up.
So I'm going to wait and wait and
So
wait.
you actually, Miu Miu went, are going for completely
Prada
fur free.
Miu
They
Miu.
announced that the other day, which is good.
It's about time. It's so archaic. It's, you know,
there's no need. The faux fur availability is sick. Like,
but
you know.
it's a lot of it's made of plastic. So again, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
See this
Double-edged
again. There's
sword.
Two evils.
that's my ignorance because I'm like, it's faux fur. It's fine.
Double-edged
I'm
sword.
sound.
Oh no, I love faux fur.
Yeah,
My
so do I.
God.
Yeah.
But
No, it looks
the plastic
class.
thing I've only learnt in recent months as well.
Yeah.
Just, you
You
know.
can't do everything.
No, like
Really,
I always think, you know, like Stella McCartney, like my dream would be, say like Chanel, they brought out like a luxury vegan leather.
Yeah,
the
because
bags.
that's what she does.
That's going to be the way forward. How exciting would that be?
Yeah.
100%.
Like,
But she's paving the way, in fairness to her. She's
totally.
got like, and it's the same quality.
Yeah.
It's the same. But I have heard a few people being like, why would I pay 500 quid for a handbag if it's not real leather? And I'm like, very
like,
good
do you
point. I
sleep
don't know.
better
Yeah,
at
is
night?
it durable? Yeah, see,
Like-
that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But hopefully designers
I think they
cop
are.
on, and in the next 10 years we'll see.
Yeah.
Because like I know some people like cars. I love like designer stuff. Like I haven't bought anything in so long, but like that would be something I'd love to invest in. And if they brought out a vegan leather like 255,
It would fly out.
Good night and God bless.
I think like they know like they'll never change until there's a demand for something.
100%.
So like as in they can pay lip service to whatever, wear this, wear that. But like until they see people are not interested in buying leather or not interested in buying fur, they'll keep putting it out there.
of
There's
course.
always a market for those things.
Exactly.
Well, British
it'll
Vogue
take
won't
time.
shoot fur.
Yeah.
Like
really,
they will not allow fur
Yeah.
in their in
Amazing.
between.
British
covers.
Vogue are
Yeah.
just paving the way.
Yeah.
They are
That's
just
yeah.
iconic right now.
I interned for them very briefly, and I remember someone sent in, I can't remember what brand it was, and I wasn't aware that there was like a fur fatwa.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone sent in, like some people just send in stuff being
Yeah.
like, please shoot it, and someone sent, like a big designer, I can't remember who it was, sent in a fur coat, and one of the stylists was like, absolutely not. And it was kind of this like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't get it, but I'm going to laugh too. Yeah. Ha, 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 I know things, fashion. Do you think though that the way in which you've aligned yourself in the blogger sphere, I hate myself for saying that word, wow.
Oh, their word is
Much like the way off the back of Repeal you lost followers and like in terms of brands aligning themselves with you, is it quite hard to find brands to work with considering that you're completely cruelty free, because that narrows the scope big time.
Oh my God, like.
And even the ones that say they're cruelty free, you don't.
Oh, there's
But the
such
ones that
blurred
say they're
lines.
cruelty free have, like Anna mentioned it during the week, like the packaging is a huge issue.
Yeah.
Look
you
at
know?
Glossier, like their Glossier Play launch.
Yeah.
Such backfire because all the plastic packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then their glitter wasn't biodegradable, which makes no sense to bring out a product in 2019 that's not like glitter. that is
Penny's Beauty are launching a completely eco glitter.
I got the email.
Yeah. They're like launching it for like festival season.
Unreal.
And it's
Great.
all biodegradable.
Yeah,
which is,
as it should be.
Lads, if Penny's can do it,
Anyone can
Glossier
do it.
can do it, or anybody can do it.
So like
you know?
something like that, it's like, yeah, we have to think about it as a whole. Now it's impossible. Like just like me with plant-based, I'm not calling myself vegan yet because there's so many other like
I don't even
areas
know
of
what the
it.
difference is,
Just
but
like
anyway.
a brand, they'll
Yeah.
make mistakes and they'll hopefully listen to their customers and pay it back. Because I know they've gotten rid of the stickers.
Have they?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You went
From their-
vegan recently for a while, didn't you?
I did.
Ooh, how'd you get on?
Do you know what? Grand. I actually
Yeah.
didn't mind it. Like
Yeah.
I went into it fully. Now I adore meat, like straight up. love cheese, love chocolate, like everything. And I went into the week being like, this is not going to be for me. I'll try and do it and I won't be able to do it. And I'll say I've tried it, but no, I found it grand.
Yeah.
Because there's so much you can eat. Now, in fairness, I'm really lucky. My sister is a very committed vegetarian.
Okay.
So she cooks lovely stuff.
Yeah.
I think the key is to have someone who can get tips off or be picking things up off. Because actually another one of our colleagues, Louise, is vegan as well. And she was able to tell me loads of things.
Yeah.
And like that made all the difference.
In
Whereas,
person,
like,
loads of tips.
Because you can Google away, but like you're kind of doing it blindly and you don't really know what you're going to like. Or you see some like really obscure food and they're like, just make this with this. And I'm like, I don't have that.
Dragon fruit.
What?
Yeah. Dragon fruit is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, dragon fruit.
Spar?
Yeah, dragon fruit is pulled pork. That's the whole thing. That's the only thing about veganism I know. That you can make delicious barbecue pulled pork out of dragon fruit and a slow cooker.
But like, where do I go out to get my little
Where
dragon
does
fruit?
one purchase a dragon fruit?
If I want to have a pulled pork sandwich.
Just go into London to get some dragon fruit. No, not going to happen.
I think it's dragon fruit.
But
it's a jackfruit.
Jack,
yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
Again, even
Looks
more
great.
obscure.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it looks like.
Is it
Kind of the
purple?
pulled pork kind of vibe. I've
Stringy.
only seen it with sauce and stuff on it though. Like,
if it's vegetable and it's brown though, is that going to be that appealing?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I'm a picky
just real
eater,
talk,
unfortunately.
like,
So I'm
yeah.
like, I
And
don't
we
know.
You're a
our
picky
eyes,
eater
like-
as well as being quiet.
Yeah.
Were you into meat? Is it like were you a meat eater?
Like I was kind of like your average Irish kind of.
You ate what was put in front of you, like as a child.
Loved chicken nuggets at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Then when I went vegetarian, like I love pasta. If I could live on pasta for the rest of my life, sorted. So like when I went vegetarian, now I didn't do it right. I became highly anemic. As I said, picky eater.
But you went very young. You don't know about things like that.
And like, but I am quite picky. It's more of a texture thing I have.
Yeah.
So like, there's certain things I just can't eat because the texture freaks me out. But
I feel that.
Yeah, like it's fine. It's kind of like if you do things slowly. Like I always say, it's quite ableist to assume some can make a switch, especially when it comes to diet. It's completely different to makeup.
Yeah.
Like diet, you have to make sure you're so ready.
Looking after
it's
yourself.
very like psychologically ingrained, isn't it?
100%, yeah. So like I knew, like I'm very comfortable trying out the vegan, like plant-based lifestyle now.
Yeah.
I
Like,
have to say, when you said that your veganism was based around your love of animals, that like didn't reflect for me.
Yeah.
Like love my dogs, love all that, but like for me now, I was doing it out of, well, for a challenge for work basically. But like for me, it was the sustainability side of it. And it's funny because I think people looking on from the outside just think of anyone who's a vegan or who follows a plant-based diet as being like, oh, they just love their dogs, they love their animals, whatever.
Nazis, like.
But like, even if you've
PETA
zero,
Nazis, oh my God.
Oh, stop.
That's
And,
what
like,
people think.
Vegans have such a bad name
They
over
do,
that. Like,
yeah.
it seems like such a kind of exclusive little world that normal people
You'll always get a few
will
bad
never,
eggs.
Yeah.
But it is
Yeah, no,
actually like,
yeah.
and I didn't realise that, like I would have been quite ignorant to it up until like, I guess Sustainability Month on Her. But I would have always said that veganism was just a love of animals and kind of just like a being sound
there's so
thing.
many benefits.
But it's actually,
Health
and it's
benefits as
so,
well.
but it's
Honestly,
also so good for the environment.
Yeah, totally.
But like, I felt amazing. So I did it for the week. I fell at the final hurdle. I had
Did you struggle with any particular meals? Like I'm struggling with dinners. Breakfast is easy and lunch
breakfast
is easy.
lunch
Fair.
are grand. Do you know what it is? Is like when you're not prepared. So like I was fine because I had loads of kind of prep done. So I was making like a little veggie chili and all that kind of crack.
fab.
But it was when I was out and I needed like a snack, or if I'm in work and I want something and you can't in a
pick
shop.
up
It
the
is so
first
hard
Yes.
to find something that doesn't have eggs, doesn't have milk, or a trace of something. Like anything processed somewhere in the like millions of
Floating
ingredients,
around. Yeah.
there's something, and you're like,
Yeah.
feck, I can't have that. So it's
Yeah.
actually mad in those terms. As in, like in terms of fresh food, Joe, if you're eating kind of meals, whatever, I found that fine. But it was just like snacks and
Snacky
stuff.
bits, yeah.
I found that hard. But I mean, as I say, it was the burger that got me in the end. So we had a barbecue last weekend, and like, do you know what it was like? It was like, do you know when you have a drink and you just kind of know yourself? I was like 2 or 3 glasses of wine, and it's like, do you know when you see a lad
your
out
line is
and
crossed.
like you're like, I know I shouldn't talk to him, but I'm gonna have another drink, and then I probably won't talk to
liquid
him.
confidence.
So like I saw my sister putting burgers down on the grill, and I was like, and she had bought me like vegan burgers and everything, like so considerate, like there was absolutely no need for it. And I saw her put the burger down, and I was like, and then I saw her put like cheese down top of it, and I was like, hello, and like
It's happening.
like honestly, like zero
closer.
regrets. It was, and I didn't have like meat withdrawal or anything, but like once I had it, I was like, oh my,
Yeah.
it was
Sweet
just
taste of victory.
Yeah, but then like afterwards, then I don't, was it even worth it? I felt like same as if you were talking to that lad. I was like, oh my god, what have I done?
shame of it.
Yeah, literally, and like Claire, like my sister, was so like,
always allow room for like fuck ups though, because I always like I said in my Instagram caption 80% and then the 20% is there. It's like I love chocolate. Now when I get my period, I will eat rings around a dairy milk bar.
Yeah. I don't think there should be any rules imposed on yourself when you're on your period.
Oh, no.
That's just...
Especially if you've like, you know, if you struggle with something like anxiety and depression, like you have to be aware of your triggers. So like I know if I kind of set myself too strict a regime to jump headfirst into, that will overwhelm me. And it might backfire. So if I give myself the little
wiggle room.
Yeah, totally. Now I haven't like, I think like the only thing I've cheated on is like cups of tea. 'Cause like I'm not expecting like my nana and stuff to go and buy cartons of oat milk. Do you know what I mean? So like stuff like that. But like, do you know what? Like I remember the happy pair, they always say like they're not going to go to their granny's house and refuse some apple pie. 'Cause it just makes things difficult. You can't expect other people to revolve around you. So like little things like if I have a cup of tea with milk, I'm not going to be like, oh my God.
Chastise yourself for the rest of the week.
And this is why I think people have such a problem with the whole world of vegans. They're like, do the way vegans get such a hard time in like memes and on Twitter and stuff? Like it's gas, but like
though.
Honestly,
there are some people like I've even got messages before, say when I wasn't plant-based and I was talking about cruelty-free beauty, and people are like, oh, you're such a hypocrite, you know, you're not vegan. I'm like, so ableist, mentally ableist, financially ableist, culturally ableist, like it's classist as well to assume
that we can all just go.
Some people don't have the education, some people don't have the means, the time.
It's also
anything.
Pricey.
You know?
To
so
be
pricey.
Like I mean, I know like if you've got a $5 in your wallet and you're like, payday's tomorrow, I need to eat dinner. You're going to struggle to find a vegan meal for a $5.
Like I know some people are like, it's actually cheaper if you do X and Y, but you need to get that information. Not everyone has that at their disposal.
And you need to have loads of time as well to be prepping bits. Like you can't just eat ready
need
stuff.
Time to learn, whether that's feminism or veganism, whatever. Like you need to give people the time to make mistakes, to learn, to educate themselves, to listen to other people, and make that choice based on their personal circumstances.
This plays back actually to being a blogger as well, because I think this whole cancel thing of like people say one thing online and it's like you're done, goodbye, good luck,
it's happened to me so many times. People digging up tweets that I tweeted when I was like 16, 17. Like I remember there was one journalist who put one up a couple of years ago to try, I think I was talking about repeal or something feminist, and she was like, I remember when Leanne put up this tweet saying she hated hairy armpits, and now look at her. And it's like, okay, I clearly don't like I don't have dreadlocks out of your armpits for all I care, you know, but like I remember being like, that's so irrelevant because that's years ago, and it was a tweet I did when I was a teenager.
People
or like,
can't appreciate that we like grow.
But it's not relevant to who you are.
Now.
So like, what's the point?
There's zero room for mistakes. Like, you know the way people get picked up over like misspelling a word on Twitter or whatever it is, and like that's gas in some context, sometimes not.
It's just kind of boring.
But like it snowballs into this thing then of like something that's like if someone pulled up my like diary from when I was in school, it's like, oh my God, stated this one, she said this, whatever. I'd be like, guys, come on, like it's not me anymore.
And, like you're a child. Like I admit, I don't think I even matured properly till I was 22, 23, because I just did not come from a background where people were discussing feminism and activism. Just wasn't my background.
It's not really an Irish background thing though in general.
So I took time like everyone else, and like so many people still are like, oh, you know, Leanne Woodfull, I remember she called me a bitch in like 2002.
How anti-feminist of her.
Like, and I'm just like, I'd love if people just kind of like message me and be like, hey, had this discussion years ago, you said this to me, I can apologise and then we can move on. And I'm 26 now. Do you know what I mean?
We've come a long way.
We all mess up, even at 26 or 46,
honestly.
1,000,006.
I have more respect for public figures, like whether it's a blogger or even a politician or like someone else famous who we kind of hold in esteem, if they can say, that wasn't great, but I'm different now.
Do you know, I've learned from it. Thanks so much for...
There's people who will just deny outright. They're like, no, that's not relevant, or that
wasn't me.
Or they'll be like...
And shouldn't we celebrate that someone's grown from a mistake?
Honestly,
rather than tear them down for something they said.
Great, Leanne doesn't body shame people that have
her
body
hair.
hair. Like, oh my God, I think I went like during winter about 6 months without going near my pits. What's the point?
I would wrap you there
who
now.
cares? Like it's so irrelevant, and like I laugh at me thinking that because I'm so uneducated and silly.
But also, you're a teenager. People say dumb shit, like a fact.
Yeah.
If I was pulled up on
there'd be
stuff,
something wrong with you if you didn't.
Oh, stop. If social media like Instagram existed when we were teenagers.
Even if I look back and I'm like, if Bebo made a resurface, we'd be in trouble. Like,
shout out to Bebo.
I know.
You'd miss it. Like,
I
loved giving loves to people.
and wall art.
No, sorry, the politics of the top. Was it top
top
9?
Top 16.
Or top 16.
Oh my God.
And your other half.
Like, you come home from school and you'd be like...
Oh, you
she's
would be like, that bitch is going to number 7.
Yeah. And then they'd notice and be like, why'd you move from your top 16?
Like, I also loved, was it was it your Flashbox?
Flashbox.
You'd have like the
Oh my
song
God.
of the moment. Mine
Yeah.
was
Yes.
Jessie McCartney.
Mine was Misery Business, Paramore.
Of course it was.
I love Jess McCartney, Beautiful Soul.
I don't even remember what the song was. It was raunch enough, actually. Do you remember Jessica Simpson had a video where she like danced on a car and she was cleaning the
These
car?
boots are made for walking.
Yes,
Is it? Or
that
yeah,
was
is
mine.
It? Yeah.
I don't even think that song was like out of the time or relevant. I just thought it was like the coolest video ever. I was like, what like establishes my brand on Bebo?
We're
It's
so
like
2000s.
this girl in a
We are,
bikini.
aren't
Like,
we?
Naughty's disgusting.
It's
the
horrendous.
innocence though.
My sisters were like, "Hill."
What is that? I know I look at them like now and I'm like, my cousin is 20 now and I mean, it's another world.
It's
Oh
mad
my
that
God,
that's
She's
the
like
generation though.
stunning, makeup
Yeah.
flawless,
Yeah.
everything. I hope she's
My
not
sister
listening.
Aoife's
The
14
last thing she
and
needs
so
is
glam.
yeah.
And they
Yeah.
didn't go through the Dream Matte
Awkward
Mousse
face.
foundation
She's
phase.
never like so. My cousin Sophie's never going to look back at photos and be like, "Sweet suffering Christ, what was I thinking?"
It's going to be like eyebrows on
I looked
fleek.
great.
Yeah.
Look at that contour.
Yeah,
I think that shit needs to be like withheld though. I think like you should
Yeah.
not be allowed to own a palette or
Yeah.
look at YouTube until you're like 15. Like let you have your bad years
Yeah.
where you're
We'll swap
buying your
divorce
Miss
around with
Sporty
that.
mascara
Yeah.
and then
blue eyeshadow,
come
Yeah,
in
yeah.
and like tidy
crunchy
it all
mousse
up.
in the hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah, we'll
Like
vote,
really
we'll vote
straight
for
and
that
fringe,
later.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, earlier this month, right, which I thought was kind of rogue, but also a little bit interesting. Ireland was the second country to declare a climate emergency, right?
Yeah, there was only a few people in the room though to see.
Which was a bit like,
Yeah.
but also the week later, I read that we are paying 150 million in fines for not reaching our carbon emission.
yeah, we're
things.
one of the worst
Yeah.
in Europe.
And I just think it's outrageous.
And like, look at all the posters for the election later. Like the
stop.
vote today. Like
Yeah.
we declared
Even
it.
the Greens.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, there's just posters
Everywhere.
and the plastic ties
They're
everywhere.
plastic
I'm like,
posters
what?
as well. They're not like
Or I can't cope with the stuff through the door. I'm like,
Oh,
how many
it's
times do I
so-
need
Yeah.
to see your face?
Yeah.
Once is
And
fine.
the internet exists. Like I'm not saying that again. I don't want to be classist, and the posters I'm sure do inform some people, but the extent to them.
yeah.
they're
You know?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it speaks to the fact that like they don't really know maybe how to market to our generation. Like
Generation.
I've never once picked up something that's come through the door and read it.
no.
Go
You get
straight in the
annoyed
bin.
instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, that is more recycling.
Yeah.
Great. But
I
like
burned loads during repeal the anti-choice ones. I used to burn them in my
Did you?
nana's garden. Yeah.
just for like
I
the
can see like
paraphernalia.
dancing around the
I
fire.
used
Like
to take like Instagram videos like bye.
they melt though. They
You with
don't
your
even
voodoo doll,
burn,
like-
Yeah, yeah. See, like again, like is burning okay? Like it's one of those things. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if like
This
should I
is it.
recycle?
I mean, I live in
Yeah.
Sandymount where there's this hideous
The
incinerator.
incinerator.
I can't with the
And they're making it
incinerator,
bigger.
lads. It's
Yeah.
really, really gross. Like
Yeah.
I look out my
Yeah.
back garden window.
Such an eyesore.
My back garden window. My window to my back garden. And there's just this like plume of
Yeah.
shit
Constantly, yeah.
coming. And it's like
Yeah.
by the beach. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know that's not good. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
And we're importing other countries' rubbish,
rubbish
to
to burn.
incinerate there.
No
Yeah.
wonder we're not like our carbon
Honestly.
emissions are through
Yeah.
the roof.
That's legit
Yeah.
Springfield. Like you're gonna have
It's
those fish with
literally-
like three
yeah.
eyes going
Yeah.
by like
Yeah. You'll be a luminous green next year.
It's the new thing.
Yeah.
2020 glow.
Yeah.
Speaking of glow, right?
Yeah.
You were trialing some bits, weren't you?
Yes. I very happily had the nice job of trying beauty stuff that I was sent. Lovely perk of the job.
Chic.
So have them all here, and I have my notes here as well somewhere.
They're all
Bear with us.
eco-friendly.
So yeah, I got in touch with a few places, companies, brands, and said, have you anything sustainable, vegan, that we can talk about that I can review? Lots of people got back, so I have lovely stuff, and I've had a lovely time trying everything
Are they
out. So it's
cruelty-free
really
as well?
nice. Yes.
Unreal.
So
Can I ask you what the difference between vegan beauty and cruelty-free beauty is?
Cruelty-free, no animal testing, vegan, no animal products in it. So like Garnier, there's loads
So
of...
they might not
Yeah.
necessarily be both vegan
Oh,
and
no,
cruelty-free.
no. So like Garnier and stuff, if you see like people are seeing veganism's like a kind of catchphrase buzzword at the moment, and they're
Yeah.
whacking it on products, but they can still test on animals.
They can still test
Yeah,
on
it's
animals.
just
This is
yeah, no animal products. are
Products.
in-
So like there's
yeah.
no beeswax in the lip balm,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they could still be putting the lip balm on
Yeah.
the bunny rabbits.
Literally.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a grey area. Like actually, I was saying to you about greenwashing, which is where they just kind of slap a word on organic or vegan or whatever it is, and it never actually was something.
Greenwashing.
Yeah, so I'm just reading about it, and like it's basically just branding, as in like
Yeah.
they know how big of a deal it is now
Yeah.
for something to be cruelty free or whatever. So nearly every second brand is like, oh, we're this, we're that, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's following through. It's like, okay,
Exactly.
is your packaging this? Are you using any animal products? Are
Yeah.
you? And then very
Do you
quickly,
sell in China? It's the big
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Very quickly, it
We'll
kind
get
of
to that in a minute.
unravels.
Wet and wild, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
Brace yourselves.
Will I chat through the few bits?
Yeah, do talk us through and then we'll...
Perfect.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous. Now I'll have to get you to smell all the bits as well.
Yes,
That's like
I'm a smeller.
honestly the nicest part.
Also, just FYI, I know this is not spawn. Hashtag
No,
ad.
spawn.
Gals
This is
we
just
wish.
this is just Anna trying
These
really
are all my
nice
lovely
bits.
gifted bits. Yeah.
No,
So
yeah.
I'll start with Kinvara, an Irish brand, lovely. The 24-hour rosehip face serum.
I
If y'all
feel like
wanna have a
we're all
look.
exposing.
I know. No, do you know what? It's like, do you know the toy show and Ryan's like, tell me about that. Did you enjoy it? And I'm like, yeah, it was really
cool, Ryan.
Made my skin real soft.
Is it nice?
I love when there's such a strong, like,
It's gorgeous.
smell that kind of, you know, it kind of goes into your brain. You feel
Yeah.
zen.
But
So the colour of it.
these now it blends out
it's
to
fabulous.
be nothing, but it is so nourishing. Like you wake
Oh,
up
it's
and your
gorge.
skin feels
And
honestly
would you wear
really,
that
really
at night
soft.
time or during the day
Yeah,
as
so just
well?
before bed. So after I cleanse, pop it in. I wouldn't wear it during the day because it kind of is dewy.
Greasy.
So like, as in you'd be kind of glowing around
Yeah.
the place, but lovely for before bed.
I've never heard of sea
it's
buckthorn.
gorgeous.
I don't know what that is.
Same.
But it's
Sorry.
so nice.
It's a real good beauty
But
editor, I have no idea what that
so
is.
yeah, vegan, glass bottle, which we love because recyclable, obviously. And then what I thought was really interesting, I was reading about this. They developed that pump specifically so that you don't waste as much. So, I mean, do you know yourself when you're pumping out
Oh,
foundation and a big glop of it comes onto your hand?
Urban Decay
Yeah.
all-nighter foundation.
Yeah,
They
honestly.
do that.
It's
Too
just
much comes out.
You only need a small bit of that.
Liter comes out of the pump.
And then you're
Yeah.
wiping it away and it's wasteful.
It
and then
ends up like all the way down
Yeah.
your neck on your shoulders
Can't
because you're like, I
stop
can't
that.
waste
and then
it.
you're
Yeah.
not getting your money's worth as well. So they developed that pump specifically so that
That's
only like the
incredible.
right amount comes out. So I thought that was impressive.
And it's Irish as well.
Irish
Fab.
brand, yeah, exactly. So I mean, when it's coming from near, again, all the better for the environment.
Yeah,
Not
it's
traveling
not
all over
being
the
That
world.
is
shipped across
stunning.
the world.
Like, I'm sold on that now. I want to go
Very, very nice.
If you're listening.
So
Press package.
yeah, you'll go home now to a lovely box. Lovely box.
Lovely box.
Just keep going. It's grand.
Moving on.
Not bothered. Something caught in my throat there. So next one is Ren. These are a UK-based brand, and their big thing, cruelty-free, vegan as well. Like their credentials really stand up. I think it says a lot when something has certification.
Yes.
So like
That's
has
sweet
the
leaping
badge.
money.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, you could just say for a fact. Sorry, I'll pass that around the group if you want to have
It
a look.
uncomplicates it too. You just look at the back, you see the bunion, you know it's just...
Exactly,
They've been
Yeah.
to all the labs. They've been,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's it. And you're not standing in wherever you are, you know, like in a beauty hall somewhere or in a chemist and
Reading
trying
the
to figure things out or
ingredients.
like nearly Googling
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So also as well, these guys are big on recyclable packaging. So they sent me this
brilliant.
and they sent me a gorgeous body wash as well, which I've been using. And the plastic is... I
Feels-
believe
yeah.
50% of their plastic is recycled,
Okay.
so already used. So I mean, like bits like that,
Little things.
just make it a little
Do you
bit
know?
easier.
You know what?
Yeah, exactly.
They're making an effort.
That's it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, I never
Yeah.
mentioned the name. That's the Clean Screen Mineral SPF.
It's a high SPF.
The next one, very excited about. The lovely folk at Arnott's sent me that out. So you were excited about this
I
when this came
literally
in.
can't. I'm obsessed.
Tata
with it.
Harper. I hadn't actually heard of them, so I'll let you have a little
I've never heard of
go
this
with
one.
that. So yeah, like a
It's
very
liquid
fancy
gold. Liquid gold.
brand.
Moment.
I couldn't believe so. I opened
The
the
Arnott's
package.
Beauty
Yeah.
Hall is
They're just
literally
yeah.
where I want my ashes scattered.
My asses.
My ashes
Scatter
scattered.
me in the
Scatter my
Arnott's.
my ashes scattered in Arnott's.
Yeah.
Honestly, but
I can smell it from here.
Oh yes.
it's divine and it's
How gorgeous is the
really so
packaging?
this is their Tata Harper Restorative Eye Cream. Now it's expensive.
That would
Yeah.
last you years if
But
that's
this
an
is
It's
item.
not cheap, but that's life.
But this is it, and
Good
as
things
well,
rarely are.
you are paying for the quality. Like,
Yeah.
as in, this is not like a run-of-the-mill brand. Like, they really are kind of the higher end of skincare.
I'd always invest in skincare over
Yes,
makeup,
exactly.
So
personally.
this
that's
is
kind
it.
of my mantra.
Yeah.
We're all kind of around the same age now where, do they say you're starting to get into your eye creams and mind your skin and all that. So again, like in terms of like their credentials, glass bottle, they don't use any nasty chemicals, no artificial colours, fragrances, all that kind of stuff. Plant-based, so like ticks all those kind of boxes. And outside of that, it's just a really, really lovely product. Quickly, the Aveda, you have to smell this,
I am
lads.
very
It
excited.
is
about the look of
gorgeous.
this.
So it's their rosemary mint bath bar.
What's
It
a
is
bath bar?
Gorgeous. It's a bar soap. Do you know, like to be
Vintage.
real,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's just body
Just a
wash
posh
without
bar
the
of soap.
packaging.
But like exactly, so
That
instead of like
is
your plastic
delish.
bottle with like
Yeah.
the liquid
Yeah.
soap, it's just that.
Yeah, really old
but, like,
school.
all paper packaging. So when these came into the office, actually of everything that was sent, I have to say their packaging stood out because
How nice would that be
it
as a
was all
present?
paper.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, gorgeous. And
want
like
some
tea.
I
Yeah.
wish like you could get the smell across like through the podcast, like it's divine.
Like a
Smells like
muted
mint tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then
then-
muted, gorgeous. Oh,
So they tick the cruelty-free box as well, all the lovely packaging.
They are class, they're brilliant.
Yeah, so I only known them for hair stuff. I didn't realise, but they've a massive range. And then one I wanted to mention, but I forgot the bottle, so I couldn't show it to you. But it's Nanaya Nourishing Radiant Serum. So another...
We love Nanaya.
Yeah, like a big...
Never heard of it.
She's this Irish woman that basically quit her corporate job and pissed off to South America and literally went tribal and got to know all the local people and then created this stunning serum. But there's this whole mantra around the serum that there's
it's plant-based completely. But so she had seen the locals there looking after their skin with things that they had grown nearby or whatever.
Yeah.
And she just, because they were living up in the mountains, I think it was in the Andes or something.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but out really kind of tough conditions, and they were minding their skin with these natural ingredients, and she couldn't get over it, and she was like, I need to bring that back to Ireland.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So she came home and developed this serum, and it's gorgeous. I was using it during the week, really kind of nourishing again, and a little bit dearer, but one of those things that is so
Serums
worth it.
are amazing.
Yeah, I think you have to spend to get those kind of results with
100%.
it. And then obviously again, vegan, plant-based, all the rest of it, glass bottle. And then finally, so this is one I think a lot of beauty fans are really, really excited about, again from Arnott's. Lime Crime has arrived in Ireland. So, I mean, anyone who's been into beauty on YouTube or whatever will have seen this.
It's a cult American brand.
Massive.
Their Venus palette was, I remember, before all the kind of grungy shades became available, the oranges.
Yeah, and the burnt
that
reds
was
and stuff.
Yeah,
that was I remember when that arrived in the post and I paid so much in tax at the door, but it was just
worth every
that's
cent.
It. It's those kind of American brands that you hear about and you're like, I have to try, but they're so hard to get. So finally, this is in Ireland, so I'll show it to you as well. So this is
And
their...
looking at it immediately, you wouldn't think,
No.
they're environmentally sound and cruelty free.
They just happen to be. That's how it should be.
It's just,
But-
it's just obviously we are.
I mean, the packaging, first of all, stands out. I'll let you have a look.
Gorgeous.
That's a software blush. But, I mean, you'd use that on your lips, use it
That's
wherever.
my favourite blush colour, a peach.
It's gorgeous. And it's nice and creamy, so, it's not, liquidy, kind of, shiny on your
it's
cheek,
fabulous.
but
And it goes
really,
on
really
powdery
nice.
then, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
so.
So it kind of sets in. But,
gorgeous.
that's something that you'd use over and over and have it in your bag, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
lovely on the eyelids as well.
Exactly, yeah. So,
Eyes, lips, cheeks.
I think exactly a product like that does multiple things. You can't go wrong. Do you know? So Lime Crime available in Arnott's now, and
That was the
Sinead.
height of it. I think the whole point is that there are so many brands doing things the right way that there's we're not saying the whole point that we're trying to make is that you don't have to wake up tomorrow morning and be vegan, plant-based,
No.
cruelty-free, everything.
Yeah.
But it's small changes. If you're looking at two moisturizers, they're the same price point ballpark, and one is cruelty-free or is in a glass bottle.
Make
Be
a conscious
sound.
Yeah.
decision.
Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Small changes.
Yeah.
Don't be a vegan, but eat meat once less a
Yeah.
week.
I think
Exactly.
even having gone vegan, I could do it 3 days a week now,
Yeah.
and I might build up in the future.
And
but
that is making a difference in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, exactly.
Small changes make a
everyone's
huge difference.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
If everyone does a small bit rather than
Yeah.
a few people kind of going hardline and
Yeah.
doing
And
everything exactly
cruelty-free
right.
beauty is more accessible than changing to a vegan diet. So if you want to start somewhere,
Yeah.
there's so many brands. Look, they're all different types of brands. They're completely different markets.
Price points are all very
price
different.
points are different.
Yeah.
Pennies have their makeup's cruelty-free. I feel like cruelty-free makeup is a really great kind of gateway into maybe
being a
yeah,
sounder.
or maybe going to a charity shop,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
cutting down. I know I used to be addicted to buying stuff in pennies, such
I
typical
still am,
Aisling,
yeah.
but obsessed. But I've cut down hugely,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
always say, I'm not saying chain yourself to your wall if you want to go shopping. No, I can't.
Yeah.
If you want to get something, maybe have an idea in your head of what it is you're going to buy, so you
Yeah.
don't impulse buy.
That's it.
And then kind of just cut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's about making small changes, not if I was I'm not buying clothes for 6 months, everyone would be like, Leanne,
Get the
I'd
bag.
be laughed out the door because I love fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just being slightly more conscious of what
Yeah.
I buy and how much I buy.
Yeah.
It's the same as when you've your New Year's resolutions come up and everyone's like, oh, I'm giving up the drink, I'm giving up smoking, I'm giving up sugar, whatever.
Yeah.
It's cold turkey
Relax.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
No.
Not in January,
no.
baby. Nothing works. Let me tell you.
No.
I don't fucking work in January, not to mind anything else.
No.
So you need a bit of leeway for yourself.
Yeah,
Where you're
realistic. Yeah.
I'm gonna not be too hard on myself. If I'm on my period and I want the
Yeah.
chocolate or whatever it is,
Yeah.
just
Balance.
have it and don't beat yourself up about
Because look
it.
at the other changes you're making in
Yeah.
your day-to-day life. No one,
Yeah.
the police aren't going to knock on your door and be like, see you,
Vegan
dairy milk.
police.
I see
saw
that
you.
steak.
Get out. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
to wrap up, right?
Is that 40 minutes?
I think it probably
I
might
could
be a
talk
little
for
bit more.
Ireland.
I know, I'm like conscious of the time because I don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
Anna and I came up with a game.
Oh my God.
It's called Who's Your Eco Daddy?
Ooh.
And it's basically like, you know, in I think it's Ellen DeGeneres that does it, where she has a celeb on the couch and she's two people on the screen. And
A
it's
daddy in
basically...
her own right.
Yeah.
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 So we don't have access to that kind of tech. So
This is not America, guys.
Yeah.
here we have some snaps that are falling down the couch. Okay. So basically, your final choice will be your environmental soulmate
Oh my God.
or your eco daddy.
I'm
Just
kinda
making sure I
nervous.
have them all.
Okay.
Okay. So, Leanne, you can go first.
Yeah, you do the first
Again,
one.
I
Okay.
did not make that noise the couch did. It's really important that people know. Okay. So, Meryl Streep or Alec Baldwin?
Meryl.
Dead right.
Cannot choose her.
Meryl or Giselle?
Meryl.
Meryl or Mark Ruffalo?
Oh, that's so hard. Meryl.
Ooh.
Wasn't that hard?
Yeah, see, I fancy him, but like I
Sorry, my
can't,
flashing.
you know. I see an
Meryl or
activist, by the
Gwyneth
way.
Paltrow?
Meryl, yeah.
Meryl or Woody Harrelson, who is actually an eco daddy and we did not know.
Yeah, and I love the Hunger
Secret
Games.
Eco Daddy.
Meryl, sorry. I love her.
Meryl or Brad Pitt?
Meryl.
Yeah, fair. He's a bit.
Yeah, he's
I
so
don't- he's a
whatever.
bit watery,
Yeah.
isn't he? Meryl or Ian Somerhalder from
used to love the
Vampire Diaries? Same.
Yeah. I was so team. What's it, Damien?
Damon.
Yeah.
Damon.
Is it
Him.
Damon?
This one.
Yeah. Meryl.
Meryl or
Commitment
Leo?
Unwavering.
Oh, King Eco Daddy. Would we argue? Well, no, Prince Eco
I'm going to
Daddy.
choose Leo.
Leo.
Yeah.
Leo or
Yeah.
Natalie Portman?
Leo. Even though I love Natalie Portman.
Leo or Pam Anderson?
Ooh.
Who is like
She's an icon.
Icon when it comes to animal
activist,
cruelty,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really love her. I'm gonna go
And
with
before it was
Pamela.
cool, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, David.
David
hands
or
down.
Pam?
I will die on a hill for David Attenborough. I love him.
I would die on a hill for
I will get
David
a
Attenborough.
chest piece tattoo of David
Please
Attenborough.
do.
He'd give
Do
you
you know
such
how
a nice
iconic?
hug, wouldn't
I
he?
know.
Oh.
His sloth videos just, I can't.
Honestly.
I'm getting emotional.
He
thinking
could
about
talk me to bed, like, honestly. And I know, like...
Would you
in
shag David Attenborough?
No, so I
was
meant
like, do you know what?
in a very
Whatever
kind
I'm
of
doing.
like, do you know someone might not initially be like a daddy, and then like
Yeah.
you kind of hear them, and he's so passionate,
Yeah.
and he's got this
Yeah.
gorgeous kind of
Yeah.
slow way of speaking.
Yeah.
He's soothing.
Yeah, and also when
amazing.
he was younger, a bit of a daddy.
Bit of a
so
fun.
He was so hot when he was
Yeah.
young.
I don't
Holy
think I've seen
crap.
him.
Google
We'll
image.
Google
Yeah.
him when this is done.
Yeah.
Do you want to go now, Anna?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Buzzing for this.
Pam or Leo?
Do you know what? I think he's a little bit
on, I'm
too
like-
much for show, so I'm going to go Pam.
Pam.
Yeah.
Pam or Natalie Portman?
I'm going on like her celebrity credentials rather than her vegan credentials. I know she's like diehard vegan, but I feel like she's a bit smug.
This one.
Yeah,
I'd
so
agree.
I'm going to have to go Pam again. Pam is an OG, like she's been
Didn't
out here.
Pam like travel to China and try get them to change their cruelty-free laws?
Yeah.
She like is like hardcore.
I'd love to like sit down and just shake
Pam
their
or
hand.
Ian?
I do not care for that man, yeah.
I do not care for that.
No, I've never watched that show.
Pam
I'm
or
not
Meryl?
invested. Oh, I'm going to have to go Meryl. She's just...
yeah.
So Pam has
That's
better...
tough.
Pam has more clout, but Meryl is cooler.
Yeah, Meryl is Meryl.
Yeah. I mean,
Meryl or
let's be
Brad
real.
Pitt?
Brad can just take a
People
hike.
don't love
I
him.
No.
I thought you were going to choose Brad. For a
I
second.
was
like,
done
leave
with him
this
in like
podcast.
2002 or whenever it was.
Meryl or Woody?
Oh, Woody, 100%.
Really?
All day, yeah.
he's great.
Have you seen...
I met him last summer at the
Did
Paul
you?
Simon concert.
He was lovely, was he? Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of a like, hi.
I
Yeah.
would fangirl the hell out of that now.
Yeah.
I'm weak for him. Oh.
Are you weak for him?
I don't know. Like, I'm questioning what a daddy even is. Do you know what I mean?
So much.
I
I'm
think-
questioning it since we came up with this game.
So, I mean, like, David, I've said why I adore him.
I think your
I'm
heart.
I'm going to
heart
call
wants
Woody, yeah.
Woody.
It's going to be Woody, yeah.
Woody or Gwyneth?
Ah, Gwen can piss off. It's grand.
Super goop. Woody or Mark Ruffalo?
Oh.
so cute.
He's so
He is
cute.
so cute.
I'm just thinking like 13 going on
13,
13.
yeah.
Same. Oh, the dog
Even
house.
though I'm not sure how, because I know Woody is like an absolute eco daddy, whereas like I don't know if
Yeah,
Mark
what-
maybe is just
What does Mark do?
a part-time eco daddy. I feel like he could be like have put his name to some causes.
Yeah, fair.
but he's not. Like I think Woody is like out there day to
Yeah.
day doing the
On
bits,
the ground.
saving
Yeah,
the world.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So for that,
stand
You're
Woody.
right.
yeah,
Giselle?
nah,
Nah.
not bothered.
Nah. Monsieur Baldwin?
Oh.
I think your heart lies with
Same.
this man here.
Yeah,
belong
even though I have
together.
a lot of time for Alec. I think he's cool.
What's Hailey Baldwin's dad? Isn't
No,
that mad?
uncle.
Uncle, I
Oh,
believe.
uncle.
There's a whole.
'Cause I think they're that much of each
There's
other.
loads of
Yeah,
them. There's loads.
They're everywhere.
They're like the
spread.
Sheens. They're like the Sheens. There's lots of them.
honestly. But respect him as a man, as an actor, but it has to be Woody all day.
Yay.
Okay, reign supreme. Woody and David Attenborough.
Would you like to do it?
No, I'm all right.
I'll pass.
I don't need a daddy.
I'll take Leo. Right, that's it, really. I think we're kind of full time.
Wow.
So I want to say
Thank you, Sahir
thanks,
Prowse.
gals, for being here. Thanks to the lads
for having us.
behind the scenes, doing whatever
Yes.
they're doing.
Pulling the
And
strings.
keep it green. Be sound.
Absolutely.
And also, you know, I don't know. I don't really actually cut that shit.
Make a small
And
change.
also, I don't know, small changes
Yeah.
makes big changes.
Follow me on Instagram.
Like, subscribe.
like,
listen.
subscribe, press the bell.
Yeah.
What's the bell?
Notifications or something.
Welcome back to my channel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? Press the
Swipe up.
No, do you know on YouTube where it's like turn on? So as in like every time
Yeah.
they put up a video, you get like an
Yeah.
email. Yeah.
Yeah, would you be
like if you
arsed?
want to hear every time James Charles has something to say, you can get like an email straight to your inbox.
He's cancelled. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking. That's terrible. He's a child. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.